Hello, everybody. Hello, my beautiful village. Welcome back to the channel. So, today I have a couple of topics that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm not sure if you guys are watching the blogs and watching the news, but we have a couple of hot topics that I had to bring to the table. The first one is sending well wishes because we have someone in our beloved uh, celebrity community that is going through it, and that would be The Rock. And I've got his story pulled up. He says that his entire family, his wife, himself, and his children all tested positive, and we know what that means. So let's get into the story. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, just shared some sobering family news. He tested positive for the virus along with everyone else in his immediate family. The Rock just announced their positive diagnosis, saying the entire ordeal came as a shock and has been the most challenging thing he's ever been through. The Rock says that he, Lauren, and their two young girls, Tiana and Jasmine, are on the other side of the virus and have recovered. He says his children didn't have bad symptoms and were able to bounce back to normal. Dwayne says his fam's commitment to helping and he believes that's what helped pull them through. I totally agree. I couldn't agree more. When you're in good health and you're striving for that healthy immune system and everything, it really does make a difference, having your lungs really strong. And we've had horror stories about people who come out on the other side, they've survived this virus, but at the same time they're having to have major organ transplants or they're never the same again. Some of them are on breathing machines, like this is for the rest of their lives. And some of them, are in a battle to just get disability if they don't have, great retirement and stuff. And so it's just causing so many problems all across the board. Going on with the story, he also says this is a cautionary tale because the family contracted the virus from close family friends. He makes the point that just because you love and trust people doesn't mean they can't unknowingly expose you to the virus. If you go to TMZ, there is a video there where he talks in depth about this, and I will leave the link so you guys can check it out for yourself. It'll be in the description box. But I totally agree. I completely and totally agree with him saying that just because you know somebody, just because, we're family, we're friends, I know they're careful, I know they wouldn't have it, you don't know. And they may not know. I mean, it's ridiculous how we're so casual around people we know. They could go to the grocery store or to get gas or to the post office and be a carrier of the virus and not even know that they're carrying it. We know that when we go to restaurants, it is not the cooked food that we're, careful of, but the containers, the bags, the silverware, things that, the virus can live on. And so there are so many ways that, we can protect ourselves. But it seems like, with school starting back, just my opinion, with school starting back, with people going back to work, you having the option in some areas to wear the mask, to not wear the mask. It seems like people are becoming a little bit more liberal. They're becoming a little bit more relaxed instead of, remaining cautious. And then some places I heard through the grapevine in the internet streets that there are even doctors' offices and dental offices, places that you go on a regular basis that are up charging because they're having to be clean. My thing is, you're always supposed to be that clean because there were other diseases before this virus that you should have been taking, precautions. I come from the world of cosmetology, and on my beauty channel, I have started to, rant about this because I'm like, listen, you guys were supposed to be doing this. We're supposed to be sterilizing everything. We're supposed to be, clean and neat and make every client's experience, that way so that they are not fearful of, even the common cold. And it seems to me like people are griping not because of the pandemic. They're griping because they're having to now take steps to do what they should have been doing in the first place. That's just my commentary. That is just my opinion. I mean, and some of my opinion is based on fact because I have been in cosmetology for what, over 25 years before I retired. And, I dove into this career of podcasting and now being on YouTube because, I'm able to share, different things that I wasn't able to do behind the chair. And because my health was a huge part of me taking a career turn for me, I have to take precautions. If I get so much as a sniffle, I'm looking like, okay, where was I? What did I touch and not sanitize? I don't care if I touch a the door. I don't care what it is. I have my alcohol in my purse. I have my sanitizer. I have disinfectant wipes. I can't take any chances because my immune system, I have to fight to keep it up. I have to take, multivitamins and daily vitamins of zinc and B12, B6, just whatever, vitamin C, whatever I can. And I am contemplating because of fibromyalgia for me what exercises I can do to build up my, my stamina so that I'm not out of breath, so that my lungs work properly. So, these are just things that, it's easy to take for granted, you know what I mean? It's easy to take for granted when, you're not gonna die from a common cold or you're not gonna die, from a flu. But at the same time, things can turn into pneumonia, and we know how many people have, passed away from that. And now, with this virus, it is just, 100 times worse. I think I read in the news yesterday, we're up to 6 million people who have passed away. That's not who have been affected by the pandemic, but who have actually lost their lives. And so, I do commend The Rock for coming forward and actually talking about this and, saying to the public, hey, guess what? This happened. You know what I'm saying? So, I have to commend him for that because I do know a lot of people don't share a lot about their private lives. And I don't really see a whole lot about The Rock's private life. I don't know if you guys do, but hardly ever see him in the news. But this right here was a warm welcome in my eyes because, he's not just saying we had it and we survived, but he's also giving, precautionary measures, from a person who has had it, not just him, but him, his wife, and his children all had it. And so they're saying, this is what we learned and this is what I feel you should do, being living a healthy lifestyle being one of them. So shout out to The Rock and his family, and Dwayne Johnson. I hope and pray that you guys stay safe. I still am not clear on if you get the virus, can you get it again? There was never any clarity that I ran across in the news saying that this was actually a thing. I know people have a lot of questions and opposed to things of that nature, like if you are you immune to it after the fact. I'm not sure. If you guys know any news about that, drop your comments below, and also shoot out some well wishes because y'all know I always send my commentary to the people I'm talking about, not in hopes that they will answer back, but I just like for people to know, hey, I'm talking about you, I'm thinking about you. And just I know a lot of people in the media don't do that. And, I'm really tiny on the food chain, but I just want to get in practice of doing that because I just feel like it's the right thing to do. So, please drop those well wishes and, congratulations. I, for one, am so thankful that family are okay because him being in the public's eye, it just like gives people hope because a lot of people that follow his career, they're going to see this and they're going to be like, they're really going to take his word, if that makes any sense, because he's, looked upon as a celebrity. He is a celebrity. So this is him and his celebrity family, and they made it through. And so people are automatically going to listen to him and go, you know what? I should get in shape. I should start living healthy. I should take some of these tips. So, really proud for that. The next story, you guys, just blew me away. Okay, let me tell you what happened. I was on my way to pick up my medication, and listen, I was on my way to pick up my medication, you guys, and on the radio on my way back home, I heard that there was this thing about a Blue Lives Matter smoothie. And I said, "What are they talking about?" Apparently, an employee of Starbucks, right? That the Starbucks that are inside Target. Okay, so the caption says, "Say what now? Target fires barista who made Blue Lives Matter Starbucks drink with bleach and quote unquote the blood of innocent black men." Now, if you would like to see this for yourself, feel free to click the link in the description box. It is lovebscott.com, and it has a direct link to that particular blog post. So, but I know this is true. This is not just, first of all, lovebscott.com does not post anything that's not true and not real. So, as them being one of my sources, when stuff pops up on his blog, I immediately like I sit up and I look at my phone, I look at my computer and I'm like, what is he talking about now? And if it's something, I feel like you guys want to hear about, then I'm definitely going to do some commentary on it. But this right here is struck me because I heard it on the radio first. So what I heard on the radio, I'm going to compare it to um what's in the newsletter. So it says that Target has fired an in-store Starbucks barista after he concocted a poisonous Blue Lives Matter drink on TikTok. Here we go again. I talked yesterday about the foolishness on TikTok. Sir and ma'am, if you are in charge of TikTok, could you please do the world a favor and censor this stuff? Have you taken these videos down? Are you paying attention to what people are putting up? Now, I heard the audio on the radio on my way back home and I was floored. I could not believe. On the video and the audio, the barista was actually concocting the drink literally in the store. In front of a camera, he had somebody filming him for the TikTok video while he was at work. He was not at home, playing around. He was literally on the job using Starbucks stuff. Let's talk about what's actually in this, okay? In the video, the user gives a tutorial on how to make the cocktail, ingredients of which included bleach and quote unquote the blood of innocent black men, which is ridiculous. Now, this is just me and my opinion. When I heard the audio, he did not sound like an African American. I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm just saying what I heard. As far as the radio was concerned, the commentary that I heard um did not include what race this person was, but it is very clear, and this is the more important part, that this guy was hoping to take out a cop or two. He was really aiming at policemen. So it kind of makes me wonder. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Okay, the video is likely satire and did not contain the ingredients it uh I think that's a typo. Anyway, it didn't contain the ingredients, that was actually said. I think that's what they were trying to say. Nevertheless, his employer condemned the video as appalling and inappropriate and immediately sacked him when his identity was confirmed. Okay, for the Blue Lives Matter drink, first we're going to start with bleach. This is his words. This was his words, and this is what I actually heard on the radio. And so I'm putting two and two together. He says, okay, for the Blue Lives Matter drink, first we're going to start with bleach. He instructs matter of factly in the clip all the way to the third line. Gonna add ice because cops love ice. He did say that. And he goes on, after adding a little more bleach, he then pours in a red liquid. On the radio, it said a blue liquid, which he narrates is a little blood of innocent black men. I did not hear him say that. I heard him say, we're going to add some blue that we use at Starbucks. That's what I heard on the radio. This commentary says, after adding a little more bleach, he then pours in a red liquid, which he narrates is a little blood of innocent black men, before adding a special blue coloring. So on Starbucks, it says, is this acceptable to be poisoning people or even joking about poisoning people? Please take appropriate action and fire this gentleman. And this post was by Stacy Kitts. And this was on Twitter as well. Uh, wrote on the cup Blue Lives Matter, with the little markers that they use to write your name when you're at Starbucks on the inside, and they give you the cup and they write your name on it. I have a Starbucks card, so I just kind of like reload my Starbucks card, because me and my daughter both like Starbucks. So if she goes through the drive through and orders something, she can just use the app and it has my card on it. So um you don't have to ever, worry about running out of Starbucks. I know that's pitiful, but when you do that, you'll get the cup and it'll have your name on it, so they don't get it confused with somebody else's drink. All right. Commentary going on to say, we do have it, and yes, we are holding out on you, he jokes, which is ridiculous. Blending it all together, he presents the finished beverage in a Starbucks cup labeled Blue Lives Matter. And all I want for Christmas is more dead cops. This is appalling. A spokesperson for Target confirmed the employee had been fired. Now, let me stop right there and say this. Per the commentary on the radio, I heard this, and checking up on between the independent Target that we have, and then we also have a Target that has a Starbucks inside. It is Starbucks responsibility to hire and fire these people. Now, I am of the understanding, per the radio correspondent, that Starbucks pushed this back onto Target to take care of. So then here on the internet, it says this video is appalling and unacceptable. It said in a statement, we don't tolerate this behavior at Target. We want all guests to be treated with respect and are terminating the team member who is responsible. It added it did not believe the drink had actually been served, nor did it really contain any bleach or blood. We don't know that to be true. You don't know. You don't know unless you actually watch the video. It could have been all food coloring, but you don't know. If this guy was African American, he could have put his own blood in the cup. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that to be true. I'm just speculating, because y'all know that's what we do here. We like to, talk about different theories, and we like to speculate a little bit to see what conclusions we could come up with. It's fun. It gives us a voice. Your mind starts to think. This is thinking out loud. I'm thinking that this guy may have been trying to, do a TikTok video as a joke, but there's something inside of an individual that has to be going on in order for you to even contemplate doing something so crazy. Yes, we are upset. Yes, Black Lives Matter is in full effect, but, you know, come on with the eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. That we're not living in those days. Somebody has to take the high road. And if you have not been, directly affected by police brutality, I feel kind of like, and this is just my opinion, I feel like it's just the same as some of the beauty influencers when they go too far with the makeup, and you can consider that blackface because you have not been, affected directly by police brutality. However, you have these people on TikTok who are mimicking having somebody hold them down with their knee on their neck. And these videos were not taken down, you know, promptly enough in order for other people to see it, in order for people to lash out at TikTok and say, what the heck? If you see somebody that has black face, or is mimicking someone of the opposite race and it's supposed to be funny, or it's funny to a certain demographic, but it's hurtful to somebody else, obviously this is not okay, obviously. So, yeah, this guy should have been fired. But now, if it is true what the radio commentary said about Starbucks having pushed this on Target instead of handling the situation within Starbucks, I think that's a bit sorry. Now, I love Starbucks? Yes, I love Starbucks coffee. I don't think anybody can beat Starbucks and a cup of coffee. That's just me, unless I make it at home myself. But this raises an eye. It makes me wonder. So let's go back to the post, okay? While Starbucks could not comment on the employee, as Target is directly responsible for employees who work at its in store coffee shops. I did not hear that. I heard just the opposite, but whatever. It is described the video as concerning, okay, disturbing, and downright mean. Just irresponsible is the word I would use. Yes, it is disturbing, but it's also irresponsible. Adding, the company condemns any behavior that threatens violence against others. So here's the thing that for me, I just feel like, yeah, Target stepping up is great, but I just feel like Starbucks should have handled this because it's your logo on the cup. It is, he's at Starbucks, he's in a Starbucks uniform, he's using Starbucks material. We would not have known this was even in a Target store unless that part of the story was released. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Um on Starbucks Care, and this is on Twitter, Starbucks said, "We have zero tolerance for any violence, and we are thankful that Target terminated this employee immediately for this appalling act." So Target did have something to say. However, I just feel like, I feel like, Target should have been the last one to step up. Starbucks should have been like, "What? Wait." Like, if I was the like CEO, you know, you would have been somebody had better buzz the red button in my office or something. I better know about this lickety split. I don't care what store it is. I don't care where you are. I don't care who you are. I need to know. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? This is crazy. This is crazy. They're already in trouble. A lot of stores, with Starbucks have already been shut down. 250 was the last count that I heard about or read about, was 250 of the Starbucks stores. Some of them, being close to my area. But we only have two, and that's the independent store. And then we have the one that's in Target. And this is, it, when you do stuff like this, it makes people afraid to visit. Now, somebody else could be doing something. Somebody could be spitting in your cup. Somebody could be, you know what I mean? We've seen so much raggediness going on in fast food places. It makes you not want to go. We have seen people at McDonald's with rats running through the kitchen. We've seen them take a customer's hamburger, rub it all on the, floor, and then put it back on a bun. We've seen this kind of stuff. It is disgusting. Yes, it's gross, and I will probably get in a little bit of trouble via YouTube for saying this, but it is the truth, I might not get a kickback from this video, for saying this, but it's the truth. It's already been out in the open. It's already been talked about. And it just kind of floors me how, you know, the listen, it wouldn't even be a thing for us to talk about, okay? Had we not seen it first. That's why I love commentary. I don't care about being the first person to actually have, footage or a story. I don't care about that. I'm a commentator because for me, having my opinion heard and having other people who, don't really desire a YouTube channel or they don't really desire to podcast. I've been podcasting for, over 5 or 6 years, give or take. And I've been on YouTube for, only 2 years. And last year was rough because I was in the hospital with kidney failure and I couldn't, do this, type of thing. And now that I'm, back and in full effect, I'm thankful to have my opinion heard, have my voice heard and how I feel because more than me feel like this. And when you guys listen to this and then you put your opinions in the comment section and you talk about things and then you share this with other people, so because you're like, well, my friend probably feels the same way, it gives people, a voice and a time in this universe to say how you feel, even the little comments, you know what I'm saying? And they're not to me. Once again, my opinion, these are not little comments to, speak on this stuff. I actually read them. I actually like to answer back myself. I may not get to everybody, but I've had, people that email me and I email them back. And, I'm always going to be like that. My channel is growing, uncontrollably. Thank you, Jesus. And, but this is just who I am. I love to see other people and then we could come together and have a common denominator and go, you know what? It's not just me. Other people are feeling this too. And I'm not listen, for anybody who's listening, going back to the Starbucks story, I am not trying to defend police officers, the bad police officers, in no way. What I'm saying is there's a better way to handle stuff, and you may be upset about something that directly or indirectly affected you, but this is not the way to do it. Now you've lost your job. You've lost your job. I don't think you cared, because if you did, you would not have done this and put it on social media. And, going further with the TikTok thing, have you noticed that so much foolishness is posted on TikTok before it's posted anywhere, before they try to post it on Twitter, before they try to post it on YouTube, before they try to post it on Facebook? They immediately now, go to TikTok. Is it because, and this is just me talking, I don't have any evidence of this, I'm just, putting this out there. Could it be because TikTok is not being monitored closely enough? Is this one of the reasons why TikTok is being fired at by the public? Because there are a lot of people, there are parents and people, there are people who wouldn't dare, I wouldn't dare dream of having a TikTok account. It raises eyebrows, it raises questions. And I'm just, one of those people who I'm like, I want to know. I want to know. What are you up to over there in TikTok land? Like, are you guys paying any attention at all? Do you know what's going on your website? I don't know. I don't know. But I just thought I'd throw that out there because there are so many things. There's so many ways this story could actually take place. There's so many things, you know. And I just I what is wrong with people? Is it because of the pandemic people are losing their minds? They're just going bananas. What? Like, do you not have enough work at Starbucks? Like, you didn't have anything to do. So you just kind of sat around and just decided, oh, I think I'll make a smoothie that will kill a cop. Like, are you insane? Who does that? It's like that just opens the door for more people to do, well, I think I want to get fired today. So I'm just going to make a smoothie that will, kill, such and such. It's ridiculous. Like, why would you do that? I don't know. Anyway, I think it was a dumb move. And I'm really glad that, The Rock and his family are okay. Um, I don't know. I'm going to put the links in the description box so you guys can take a look at this and then you can leave me some comments so we can, create our dialogue because y'all know how we do. Want to thank everybody and give a shout out to everybody who's listening, who's watching. You guys are superb. You are lovingly known as the Victory Village, and I love each villager one and the same. You guys share me out, like this video, comment below, and definitely subscribe and share it with your best friend so your best friend can subscribe and we can have more dialogue and more content. And, shoot me a line or two. Let me know what you guys are thinking about. Let me know if you want to talk about a certain topic. I will be more than happy to put that on my list. I'm thankful for you guys. You guys are really coming through with the stories and you're really coming through with the topics. I really appreciate that. It kind of, when you do that for your content creator, it takes the load off a little bit. Don't have to go searching for stuff because people are like, have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? And it could just be one sentence because I got an email today that was just one sentence. And I was like, well, he was straight to the point. But you know what? I looked the story up and it's coming up on Twanna Y'vette Speaks. So there you go. So I thank you guys so much for all that you do. I love that you guys are, hanging in there with me. And I can't wait to bring you more great commentary because this is my vibe. This is my thing. This is my zhuzh. Like I'm in my element. I love this. I love my job. Do you love your job? I love my job. And I love the village. I love you guys. So I'm going to get out of here. But I thank you guys so much. I will be, and I am actually keeping an eye on the Tim Norman story. I am keeping an eye on the abusive pastor story. Keeping an eye on this Starbucks story because, well, the guy's already been fired. So I'm not sure of how much more they can do. But I am just interested to know if they're going to have, m- you know, anything happen in the way of who you hire, um, and keeping an eye on the employees so they don't actually hurt somebody that's, coming to the Starbucks store. If I hear that a police officer or anybody drank one of these things and they fell dead, I am going to be livid. Trust and believe. I will be on here live ranting and raving. So I'm praying that this doesn't happen because I would hate to see somebody get hurt over something so stupid. But yeah. Anyway, I've been on here for 30 minutes. I've bored you long enough. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for watching and always being there. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye for now.